Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing this evening? It is Friday, and hopefully, officially for everyone, the weekend has begun. I'm so happy that y'all are here with me this evening. Now, I may be up here by myself. Froggy was not feeling very well earlier this afternoon, so like I said, you may have to just deal with me, but that's okay because we've got lots that we can talk about, and we'll just have to wait and see how the road goes. Steve, how are you this evening? Thank you so much for being here. And there's my little sister, Rita. I hope your mom is resting comfortably. There's Tracy. Hello, Tracy. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. And there's my DK, Jennifer. Hello, little Carrie. How are you, sweet pea? I'm so happy y'all are popping in here this evening just to see what it is that I've got going for you. Oh, yes, Amy, I saw your post in the chat. I do have your cousin in my prayer book from a while back when he had his stroke. So, sweetheart, I appreciate you being here, but you just go ahead and take care of family there because that is more important than anything else. And those of you that do offer up prayers, her cousin is in the ER right now. They're hoping that he didn't have a stroke, but they're getting him checked out. So if you don't mind, just lift up a quick prayer for him. I know that she would greatly appreciate it. Still lurking a bit as I'm waiting for my migraine meds to kick in. Oh, little Carrie, Swanee, sweetheart, you and those migraines. Well, we'll definitely keep you in our prayers for that. Hello, Catbird. How are you? Thank you so much for jumping in here with me. Rita says, yes, mom is okay. Not so angry anymore. Just waiting for surgery. Oh, so they do have her scheduled for Monday now. Well, that's good. At least you've got, a time frame, right? Well, thank you so much, Yarn Inspired. Welcome into you. And there's my frozen Angela. How are you, sweetheart? As soon as Granny D pops in here, we'll give her cute little thank you for that. There's my Laura. How are you, sweetheart? Yes, a squirrel ray. Well, I do appreciate that. Guys, I've been working on a video all afternoon. And I thought I was going to have it done, but me and technology, oh my goodness. I can get things to work one time, and then when I come back to do the exact same thing the next time, it don't work. I'm going to have to start writing some notes for myself. Let's see. Hello, Ashley. How are you? Rita says, let's just hope people stay on their feet and not destroy it for her again. Yes. Many of you may know that Rita has taken her mother to the hospital. It was quite a ways from their house, so they had to travel a bit. And she was scheduled to have surgery, I believe, today, but it just seems like broken bones that are immediate take over broken bones that have been healing by themselves for a while. So Ashley says the church that I go to is having a craft and chat tonight. Well, that's awesome. I hope that you plan on attending. Oh, so y'all are in Oslo, the capital of Norway. Well, I'm just glad that she is there and y'all are finally going to get her fixed up. Going to be a long road of healing for her, but she can survive it. If she can survive walking around with broken bones, I know she can survive the surgery and the healing. So, but everyone, please keep Rita's mom in your prayers and your thoughts if you don't mind. It's going to be a long road for her mama as well as Rita. Good morning. Good morning. Oh my goodness, folks. It's been a long day for me. You can tell, can't you? Hello, Julie and Shirley's Yarn. I'm so happy that you're here this afternoon or this evening, wherever you're at. Thank you so much for being here with me. I greatly appreciate that. Yes, Rita says, thank you, everyone, for your prayers and thoughts for her mama. We all have to take care of our mamas whenever we can. That's right, Frozen Angela. Thank you so much. So, is everybody ready for the weekend? Because, even though I'm retired, I still do a lot of things. And let me tell you what, sometimes Fridays just cannot get here fast enough. Hello, Yarn Barf. How are you doing, sweet pea? There's Tracy. Yarn lover Regina, I haven't seen you in forever, girlfriend. Thank you so much for being here. I just love how when y'all come in, you say hi to one another. There's Paula. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you people. Y'all always make me happy when I see your faces time after time, or your names, I guess is really what I should say. Let's see. I sent you a friend request on Facebook, Maureen. Thank you for your happy mail. I will be sending you something out this week. Oh, sweetheart, please, you do not have to do that. All I ask is that you just keep watching my videos and sharing out the ones that you like. That's all that I ask for. I'm just happy you got your happy mail. Let's see. Regina says, I always want to go out on a Friday night. Well, you know what? I think I'm just as happy to sit home in my jammies, to tell you the truth. Hello, Faith Louise, and there's Kathy's Crochet Corner. How are y'all this evening? Thank you so much for jumping over here. I really do appreciate. There's Darcia. How you doing, sweetie? Look there, y'all saying hi to each other. Just thank y'all so much. And Regina is saying, please don't forget your thumbs when you come in, folks, or at least remember to hit them on your way out. You know that it helps the channel. And speaking of helping the channel, folks, I want to tell you how much I really, really do appreciate it. You did. Oh, yarn barf. Well, thank you so much, but I just want you to know you didn't have to do that. But I do appreciate it, and I can't wait to see what it is. You know, when I started my YouTube channel almost 2 years ago now, I really didn't know where it was going to go. I mean, I knew it was all going to be about crocheting. And as I always say in my little clips, if you watch many of them, sharing with you the two things I love, teaching and crochet. And so family especially were the ones that said, Mom, you know, you got to find something to do. You love to crochet, you're missing teaching, so put the two of them together and just put it out there. Well, that's what I've done. And so many of you have just been so gracious with your comments, watching my videos. Well, thank you, Julie. You just subscribed. Well, sweetheart, I do hope that you take just a little bit of time to look at some of the content that I have. I mean, it kind of ranges, you know. I do love doing my daily devotionals, sharing those out with everyone, and sharing my love of crochet. So, but thank you very much for subscribing. I did that. Oh, Kathy said she did do her thumb when she came in. Thank you so much. But it's been a really great journey. It really has. I really didn't know what to expect, but to hit my 500 mark and my 3,000, watch hours. Holy smokes. Man, that blows my mind. But I do appreciate y'all doing, helping me to get to that. And I know there's a few that are lacking in some friends, or maybe a few watch hours. So if you're one of those, please type the word drop, and Nightbot will drop your channel for you. And we want to make sure that we can help others along the way as well. Let's see. All right, so we're all caught up with the howdy do's. That's good. There you go, Yarn Inspired. And Yarn Barf. Now, it's gonna, let's see, there it got Yarn Inspired. Let's see if it picks up Yarn Barf, because y'all kind of hit at the same time. Yeah, Yarn Barf, you might need to type drop again, because sometimes when both of you, or when two or more hit at the same time, it'll just take the first one and not catch the next one. So go ahead and do drop again. Zoila, how are you, sweetheart? Thank you for coming over. Oh, I so appreciate that. There you go. See, so anytime you want to drop your link and see if that helps those that are here to check to see if they have you. And if they don't, we hope that they will go ahead and pick you up. There's my Granny D. Oh, sweetheart, thank you so much for popping in over here. And I'm going to see if I can make this work like Froggy does. Just a minute. Give me a second. Where are you? Okay. I'm going to find it, Granny D. I promise you I am. Come on. Come on. Oh, there it is. I did it. I found it. Y'all, I'm sorry. It's the little things in life like that that make me happy, let me tell you. Squirrels rule. Yes, they do. Oh, my goodness. Yes, thank you, Granny D, and thank you all the little squirrels that top right on over here into my tree. I really do appreciate that. Really, really do. You know, Granny D, every time I take Lacey outside and see her wanting to catch one of the squirrels that are running down around on the ground, or one was hopping along the freshly cut hedge that they had here right in front of the hotel. I mean, it was hopping faster than a rabbit to get to the closest palm tree to get on up. I thought about Granny D. I thought about, oh no, grape nut, there he goes. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I want to talk to you just a little bit here tonight about January's crochet combat. That is the video that I have been working on for the last 2 days. I want you to know that there were 17 entries, and I was just really thank you so much to those of you, and some of you are already in here tonight. Finally got all of the I made these cute little cards, you know, with your names on them so that they could go right in front of your hats that you submitted. And I got all the little hats in there. One trick that Maureen forgot is that if you're going to do all that kind of, you know, dropping in a whole bunch of pictures and everything, that you should drop your intro to those pictures first. I didn't do that. But I know there's a way that you can connect all those pictures together, move them down, and then put your little intro in. Because I've done that before, but I can't figure out how to do it today. So I'll be working on it again a little later this evening, but hopefully by midnight, it'll get dropped and you'll get to see all the lovely hats. Oh my word, I didn't know there were so many different patterns out there, to tell you the truth. Some are very unusual looking, but they're just as cute as they can be. They really, really are. And some of you really were busy little beavers this month, getting those hats out like crazy. But anyway, I got to stop just a minute. Faith Louise says, I love squirrels at my place because they eat the berries so the yellow jackets do not come over. That's right. You know, many, many years ago when my husband and I first got together, I would go out to the deer camp with him, you know, when deer season in Texas starts in November and goes through about the middle of January. And the deer hunters that would congregate out there, because it was a deer camp and there were quite a few of them that got together. Wayne's oldest brother's wife and I were the only ones that would tell him, you know, anything outside the boundary of the camp is free game. But the squirrels that are here inside the camp are off limits. I mean, because many of them had been, I'm sure, raising families there for years. And these boys had been going to this deer camp for years. And so they were used to, when there was a bunch of people there in the camp, to be fed. And so they had become quite friendly. And I just think it is awful for you to let them get that friendly with you, and the next thing you know, they're ended up in the pot. I just don't think that's very nice. Do you? Hello, my Connie. I hope you're feeling better today, sweetheart. Yes, yellow jackets equal wasp. Yes, ma'am, they do. In Texas, we call them yellow jackets. I don't know about other folks. But anyway, so I have all of my hats and I have all my little place cards, you know, done. Even, folks, I was so happy with myself. I was even able to add music to it. It looks so good. But I don't know how to get my little intro added. I got my outro added, there at the end where I tell you who won and what the prize is, but I can't get my intro put in there. And but I'm going to get it done. I promise, I promise, I promise. I promise. Anyway, but let's put that aside for a moment. So I do hope that you've gone and looked at and know who our host is for February. If not, well, I hope so, Zoila. I tell you what, me and technology, like I said, we just don't seem to get along most of the time. Anyway, so Crochet Combat yesterday. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you who our host is. It is Leslie of the Corn, and she did drop her video for the month of February. I do hope that you will go over and watch it. She tells you what she wants you to do for the month of February, those of you that wish to participate. And I do hope that all of you that participated with me will participate with her. The one thing I do ask is that after you get through watching her video, that you do share it out, because folks, she has a great idea for the month of February. And I know that you're going to really, really love it. The same rules are going to apply. So, those of you that have already done it with me, you're, over halfway there. You just have to go and watch her video and find out what she wants you to do. What part of Texas am I from? Currently, I'm from West Texas, out in a little town named Robert Lee, and it is smack dab between San Angelo and Abilene, Texas. Everybody's saying Heidi. Kathy, are you from Texas? Because normally when people ask me what part of Texas, it's because they're from Texas too. So I just wonder. Oh, wow. Yes, ma'am. We're about an hour and a half east of Midland and Odessa area. You are? What part of Texas are you from? Inquiring minds want to know. In fact, there are quite a few folks that drop in here from time to time that are from Texas. Odessa, well, then you know where I'm from. In fact, I was talking to my daughter earlier, and she just this past Wednesday took a couple of kids out to Sonora, you know where that's at, for a LD debate. Southwest Arkansas here. Well, there you go. Southwest Arkansas. I'm trying to remember. We were up in Arkansas earlier in the summer, just east of Little Rock. Oh, man, why can't I remember? Give me just a minute. I graduated from Permian High School in 1988. Well, you're just a couple of years older than my oldest daughter, because she graduated in 91 from Robert Lee, Texas. Okay, now I got my curiosity up. I got to figure out where I was. Isn't that crazy? Let's see. Nope, that won't do it. Yeah. Will that do it? Nope. Nope, that won't do it. Man. Let's see. No, it wasn't Hot Springs. Kathy says she still has family that lives in Odessa. Julie and Shirley's Yarn Barn. They're from Western Washington State. Carrie the Yarny Elephant is a little bit north from there. You miss Texas. Oh my goodness. So many people are like, you either love Texas or you hate Texas. And most of it is mainly because of the weather. I mean, because especially these last few summers, we have gotten so hot. Whoa. Tracy is from Louisiana. Well, good for you, girlfriend. Wayne has his oldest brother and their kids and everything live in East Texas, and they are just south of Beaumont a little bit, so they're just a hop, skip, and a jump from the Louisiana border. Jacksonville. There's a Jacksonville in Arkansas? I know there's one in Mississippi and one here in Florida. Oh, she lives south of you, so you know where she's at then. Okay. Yes. Well, now, Faith Louise, she says, I love Texas, but Texas humidity does not like her. Um, Out in West Texas, we are extremely dry, but I do know what you mean about the East Texas humidity. Yeah, I can't live in East Texas. They just, ugh. I get to some points where I can't breathe. Oh, Katie, she says, I hate Kansas. Oh my goodness. Yes, out in West Texas is a dry, and it suits me a lot better. It can get extremely hot, I know, and I can complain about it, but I'll take the dry heat over the humid heat any day. Oh, Tracy, so you're basically a new transplant to Louisiana. She said she was in Kansas, but just moved to Louisiana blah, 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 back in October. Paula, where does your sister live in Florida? You were kind of central in East Texas or Central Texas, like Austin, New Braunfels, Waco. Oh, Regina is originally from New Mexico. Well, where do you hail from now? I got a story for y'all about tumbleweeds here in a minute. Oh, you'll take the dry over. Oh, so Kansas is humid? I didn't know that. Huh. Well, let me tell you about my story about you were born in Houston. Oh, yes, ma'am. Pasadena. Yep. Conroe. All up in that area. Yes, ma'am. Well, let me tell you a story about my tumbleweeds. I love go driving out in the country, and especially on my little goat farm that I have out there. But I love going out and finding plants that are indigenous to the area. They're good and hardy. They take very little watering. They can survive the heat out there. And so Wayne and I were driving around one Sunday afternoon, and I saw this beautiful, beautiful green plant that had all these beautiful little white flowers on them. Folks, it was just gorgeous. And since it was on my property, I said, I want you to dig me up a couple of those, and I want to take them to the house and put them out in the front along the, front of the house. And he's like, do you know what those are? I said, no, and I don't care because they're pretty. He said, okay, you sure that's what you want? And I said, yes. So across the front of my house, we had purple sage, and some of them had died, maybe because I just didn't take care of them well enough. But anyway, so there were gaps. And so Wayne got me 3 or 4 of those plants, and we planted them right in between the purple sage. All summer long, folks, they were gorgeous. They grew real fast. They got nice and plump, and they just bloomed all the time. I don't care how hot it was. They were just covered in these little white blooms. Come fall, of course, they started dying back, and I didn't think anything about it. I mean, there are some plants that will die back, lose all their leaves and everything, and then, come back again in the spring. Well, Wayne and I had gone either to town or he had come pick me up at school because I taught in Bront, which is about 15 miles from the house. Anyhow, we turned down the street to go to the house, and I saw these huge tumbleweeds, and I was like, oh my goodness, look at those tumbleweeds. I haven't seen any that big in a long time. And he starts laughing. I mean, he is laughing so hard he had to slow down. And I'm like, what are you laughing about? And he said, you'll see here in just a minute. So the closer we get to the house, I'm starting to notice, because I could see my house like a block and a half away, I start noticing there's gaps in my front yard again between my purple sage. You know where this story's going, don't you? Think about it just a minute. You know what I had planted in my front yard? You got it. Tumbleweeds. That's exactly what I had planted in my front yard. And he let me plant those in my front yard. All I can say is they were watered very well, and they turned out to be the biggest tumbleweeds I had seen in my life. That's all I got to say on the subject. Yep, there you go. LMAO. Yep. There you go. Come on, everybody. Let's hear the chuckles. Come on. Because I still laugh at myself over that too. Yes, I love my blue bonnets and my red paint. Rita says, now I need to Google it. There you go, girlfriend. You go right ahead. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Those pretty little white flowers on this big old green bush turns into a tumbleweed. I do have to say, there you go, guys. I do have to say, though, at some point, and I really don't remember, I'm sure that the little flowers eventually made seeds because we did have tumbleweeds come up the next year. Yep. Hello, Maritza. How are you this evening, sweetheart? I'm so glad that you're here with us. Yep. So that's my funny. Does anybody else have a funny? Okay, so this is Friday. Like I said, does anybody have some really awesome plans for the weekend? I need some ideas besides sitting here and crocheting. Now, not that that's a bad thing, because I love sitting here in the quiet, having some music playing, taking the dogs out whenever they need to go do their little walkabout or whatever. But, every once in a while you like to get out and have something to do. I know it's supposed to rain Sunday, though. A big old 80-something% chance. So, oh, well, that's okay. Rita says she's got a date with her mama. They're going to be knitting and having dinner together. Yes, it is, Darcia. Crocheting is awesome. Or knitting, or sewing, embroidering, tatting, like Amy, crafting Amy loves to do. Oh, Faith Louise says she has dark clouds there. And let's see. Kathy says she's going to be working on whips. Yes, anytime we can. Oh, sweetheart, those tumbleweeds were better than any movie set could have come up with. That's all I got to say. If we could have caught them, I'm sure we could have sold them to somebody. Oh, goodness, yes. In fact, you know what? In not San Antonio, excuse me. In San Angelo, we would go down this one street. It was like a shortcut once you came into town. These folks every year put up a tumbleweed snowman. And I promise you that thing had to be 12 feet tall. It was awesome. And they would spray paint the tumbleweeds white, and everything. But yes. No, Kathy, I didn't know Julia Roberts knits. That's nice. Tracy says it's supposed to rain here Saturday. However, there is a Mardi Gras parade this Saturday. Oh, I would love to go. Excuse me. There are quite a few male movie stars that love to knit as well. Oh, Granny D, that sounds awesome. She's got coffee brewing, so she'll be back in a minute. Rita says, we are starting to knit angel blankets 30 by 30 centimeters for the hospital. They had a note up that they needed it so bad. Well, that's awesome, Rita. Are the angel blankets, let's see, 30 centimeters. That is, what? 2.5 equals 1. So 30 will equal 15 inches across. Right? Oh, Zola said, Tracy, that's cool. Hope you get to go. It's just raining here, but there'll be no Mardi Gras. Oh, that's right. That's what I thought. Oh, small. Okay, I got you. Oh, what a lovely idea, though. That is so awesome. Jen says, I'm on the last round of another hat. Oh, I love making hats. Maybe February will be another hat month. Well, I'm not saying. You'll just have to go and watch her video. Regina says, my cousin would collect a nice tumbleweed from the desert and then would put angel hair on it, then decorate it for a Christmas tree. Oh, my word. That's a great idea. I had not thought of that. Yes, ma'am. I was sitting there doing the math real quick in my head. Let's see, Kathy. Yes, ma'am. She did an interview with Jane Pauley on Sunday morning. She said that while filming, if it isn't her part, she knits. I've heard that about several movie stars, male and female. But you know, it's a great pastime, especially if you're just sitting there waiting around to get to your next spot. Oh, Zoila, go take care of Mama. Since Mama wants a snack, so she'll be right back. Well, my plans for the weekend is to spend a good portion of it working on my Four Seasons mosaic blanket. I'm doing that with Michelle Mosaics and more. I decided that each one of my seasons of the blanket would have its own colors. So my winter is going to have a blue background with white to highlight the trees, and I think it's got little things to, you know, mimic snowflakes around it. Me either, Kathy. Froggy keeps telling me she's going to teach me how to knit. And I said, my daddy kept telling me he was going to teach me how to drive a standard. That didn't happen. Nope. So I can't imagine working 2 needles. And then, you know, whenever you make socks, it takes 4 needles because you cross them like this. Oh, and we were talking about just today. Some folks can use, you know, chopsticks. Yeah, I can't do those either. So if I can't do chopsticks, I can't drive a stick. What makes her think she's going to teach me how to work 2 needles at the same time? I just don't see that happening. Oh, you haven't started yours yet, Jen? That's okay. We're all going at our own pace. I mean, we didn't say you had to start this date and finish it at this date. And speaking of that, folks, Michelle comes on every Sunday evening right after Twisted Fiber Friends. So we're on from 4 to 5 on Eastern Standard Time, and she starts, at 5 o'clock, and she's there for as long as anybody wishes to come in and work on their mosaic, or just wants to talk about mosaic, or even if you're working on another mosaic project. She is just there to answer any questions about it and to, you know, help you through it. Ooh, Kathy, loom knits. I have not seen that. I bet that's interesting. You can drive a stick? Well, good for you, girlfriend. There's too many pedals on the floor for me. My first husband had a 1957 Chevy that his grandmother had given to him. And when he finally got it, and you know, teenage boys, how they'll go in and tinker and fix up their car the way they want. He took the shifter from the column and put it down the floor. So he had 3 speeds and then reverse? Or is that 4 speeds? Because you have 3 and whatever. Anyway. Yeah. He even tried teaching me. Well, you know, if daddy and daughter don't get along very well, to learn how to, or to teach the daughter how to drive a stick. Can you imagine how well it went when the hubby was trying to teach the wife how to drive a stick? Yeah, think about that one for a while. Didn't go over good. Oh, Kathy, you used to drive a truck. Are you talking about an 18-wheeler? Wow. Oh, Kathy, you have got to try Mosaic. Sweetheart, you drove a 4 on the floor, or is that what Larry's was, 4 on the floor? I know it had 3 speeds and then the reverse. So however many speeds that is, that's what he had. But let me tell you about the Mosaic. Sweetheart, there's only 2 stitches. Double crochet, single crochet. One row is double, the next row is singles. The next row is double, the next row is singles. Yes, Larry was my first husband. Wayne is my second husband. I shouldn't say second. He's my current husband and the last one. So, but yes, I have said many times since I did my first Mosaic, which was the show lock that we did last year, I could kick myself for not picking it up earlier. It's just that some Mosaic blankets and pillows and hats and stuff just look so intricate that I just figured, man, that's just something I don't have time to learn. Well, now I can tell you that I really, really, really wished I had picked it up much earlier than I did, because I do love doing it. In fact, you know what? I'll do a Mosaic blanket before I'll do any other kind of blanket, because Maureen doesn't like making blankets. Kathy, you don't know how to, were you saying you don't know how to crochet? Well, I tell you what, after my first one, I was not looking for another husband. But Wayne and I had been high school sweethearts. But, life just kind of took us in different directions. So, excuse me. We were both just happened to cross paths again. And it's almost like we picked up where we left off. Rita says, I've been teaching so many to drive a stick shift. We don't have anything else. I took them to a parking space, told them how it worked, sat down, fastened my seatbelt, and started crocheting, told them to drive. Oh my goodness, girlfriend. Well, Kathy, pop in to Michelle Mosaic and Moore's live Sunday afternoon. Just sit there and chit chat with her. She would love to tell you about it, and she'll even take the time to show you how easy it is. I am not kidding you. It really, really is. In fact, I hope to see you there Sunday right after Twisted Fiber Friends, because I'll be in there working mine with her. Central Standard Time, that will be 4 to 5. We're 4 to 5, which means 3 to 4 your time. So she will be 5 to 6, which will be 4 to 5 your time. In fact, just come to Twisted Fiber Friends, and we'll have a link where you can just hop right over there to her. In fact, if you watch the chat here, Nightbot will drop her link just every once in a while. Oh, thank you so much, Yarn Inspired, for being here. I greatly appreciate it. You have a great night, sweetie, and a great weekend as well if I don't see you on the YouTube streets. Okay, so I'm going to be working on my Mosaic blanket, and I know some of you said that you're going to be working on whips. I want to know what kind of whips you're going to be working on. Oh, Rita, she said, well, they did learn, all of them. Fantastic drivers. My niece could jump 5 driver's lessons, so she saved some money. The teacher asked her how much she had been driving every Saturday and Sunday for the last 2 months. Oh, well, that's great. Oh, Jennifer, I thought you were saying you're going to be buying yarn. You're telling Yarn, sorry, I was going to sneeze. Yarn Inspired goodbye. Hello, Noe. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Did I say hi to Maritza a little while ago? I think I saw her pop in here. I hope I did. Kathy's going to be working on 2 shawls. Well, that's awesome. Are they for yourself? Excuse me. Yeah, Nightbot just dropped All Handmade Connie's link. If you don't have her, please consider going over and looking at her channel. Oh my goodness, Noe. Meemaw D, I did not see you drop in here earlier. Were you lurking? You're starting a new veterans blanket. Oh my goodness. Is it a particular one or is it your own design? Kathy says one of the shawls she's working on will be for her. Well, that's awesome. You just came in. Well, sweetheart, I am so happy that you are here with me this evening. Oh, Noe, you went to the thrift store and found 3 sock monkeys. My oldest daughter's grandmother got her started on sock monkeys when she was about 2 years old. The last one Heather got, she was in the 6th grade. And she has every sock monkey that her grandmother ever made for her. Each one of them, when it got to a point, where they needed to be put to rest, are in their own little shoebox, in their own little tissue paper, packed down just really sweet. Yep, she's got every one of them. Jen says, I'm working the next 7 days, but will find time to knit and crochet. Well, that's good, sweetheart. Yeah, don't need to be working all the time, but when you have to pull a 7-day shift, at least I hope that you will find time to be able to knit and crochet and not just be tired. Everybody's saying hi to each other. I'm trying to keep those of you that are just lurking, what's going on in the chat. I do appreciate your time here as well with us this evening. I just hope that you'll remember to give me a little thumbs up. I do appreciate that. And as I said, those of you, if you were just so anxious to get in here to see who was here and forgot to hit your thumbs, please be sure and hit them on the way out. It just helps that silly algorithm. Noe, you have 228 sock monkeys? That wasn't a typo, was it? 228. Oh my goodness. And Kathy's saying, what is your name, ma'am? Who are you talking to? Nope, no typo. Oh my word, Noe. 200. Goodness. Oh, you're talking to me? My name is Maureen. It's right there up in the corner. It says Maureen, My Crochet Story. Excuse me. Jennifer says, that's with 2 jobs. I start my new job this Monday. Jennifer, the 3rd job I have will be in a couple of weeks. 2 seasonal jobs and now 1 that's permanent. Well, that is awesome. Do you mind me asking what your jobs are, Jennifer? I know, 200. Where do you put 228 sock monkeys, Noe? Are they all in one room or are they just scattered out everywhere? Oh, that's okay, Kathy. That's all right. It is kind of small down there in the corner, but it's there. I collect bells and butterflies, but I don't think even the two of them together would come up to 228. But they're little, you know, bells, butterflies. I think the biggest one I have is about 3 inches, but whoa, 228 sock monkeys? Oh my goodness, Jennifer. A football ground, a rugby ground, and now a school. Well, that's awesome. I'm betting the school is the permanent job, right? Yarn Bosch says, I drove a semi for 22 years. The government ruined the transportation industry. The government? Oh, gotcha. I had to say that out loud before I caught it. Oh my goodness, they're in my room on shelves in open storage containers. Oh, mercy me. Are they all the same? Surely not. Heather's are all the same with the traditional, that brown and white brindle looking sock with the red nose and the red tush, right? I can't even remember. I know that you take the toe and make the nose, the mouth nose area. And you take another portion and gather it up, and it makes a little hat. Larry's mom always put a little red tassel on the top of it. Are you laughing at me? Are you laughing at me, Yarn Barf? Oh my goodness, that's okay. I never made a sock monkey, but Larry's mother just loved making them for everybody. Oh no, they're all different. Oh no, I hope you're going to share them on your channel. I got the old Rockford ones. Oh yes, those are awesome. The newer ones and the Beanie Baby ones. Oh, she said that I'm assuming you mean that the school is your permanent one, but your two seasonal jobs are continuous and ongoing because when football finishes, that's right, rugby starts, and when rugby finishes, it's time for football again, isn't it? School is seasonal. Yes, it is. But at least you get the holidays too. That is awesome. But 3 jobs, oh my word. Oh, that's right. What was I thinking, Noe? I have my Sock Monkey Monday videos on my channel. That's right. I'm so, excuse me, I'm so far behind in trying to keep up with everybody's videos. I swanny. But that's why I really love it when my husband has to work on Saturdays because I can sit here, do my work, and get caught up on folks. But I honestly don't think I'm ever going to get caught up. So has anybody found anything unusual to make lately? I have, but I can't tell you about it just yet. But there will be a video about it next week. That's all I can say. Kathy says, I'm unable to work anymore, but my husband and I live with his parents and help them. Well, that's awesome, Kathy. That's still work. Jennifer says, and social still wants me to look for a full-time job. So I get rid of the others. No way. No, ma'am. I hear you there. Why get rid of doing something that you love, right? Jennifer said she made a dog coat this week. Is that your first one? I've made 2 little dog sweaters. They were interesting. Yes, Yarn Barf says, I've been trying to make Crystal's dragonfly shawl. You know what? That's one of those videos that I have for watch later because that is on my to-do list. I want to make that shawl because number one, I love dragonflies. I think they are so pretty. But you have to watch the tutorial because I think it's tricky. Um, yes, Kathy. Excuse me. Juan, the yarn addict, has some different and unusual things. Are any of y'all participating in his 6 weeks crochet along where he spins the wheel and whatever 2 stitches come up, that's what you're doing for the next week? I think that was a really good idea. Go. How are you, sweetheart? Long time no see. But I have to tell you, it warms my heart to see that you're helping out so many. It really, really does. Jennifer says, first one is sold yesterday at the charity shop I donated it to, the one I volunteer at. That job will now be in the holidays. Okay, that's awesome. Excuse me. Rita says, I have started a sleeve 7 times the last days. Finally got it started today when I was on the phone with my niece. Well, maybe you just needed something to distract you. Well, sweetheart, it is angels like you that make the world go round. That's all I got to say. Excuse me. Daigo Yarn Barf is messaging you saying, I keep emailing you with pictures of my donations, but I haven't heard back from you. So maybe you need to go check some emails. Make sure you check your spam and your junk, that it's not getting, stuck somewhere where you can't see it. Ooh, Noe says, I got an Afghan hook and some sparkly yarn from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to try to make a little dressy purse. Ooh. And Yarn Barf, she said she did respond, so you might need to look in your spam or junk folder as well. Or maybe she just did it recently and you haven't checked your emails yet. Excuse me. I had something go down the wrong way a minute ago. See? Yarn Barf says, when? I haven't seen anything yet. Well, I hope you two can connect. Excuse me. Yeah. Sounds like it was a bug. Well, I hope not. Yeah, like those little bugs you and Leslie keep sending back and forth between each other. Excuse me. Yarn Barf says, I'm working on a video to show all the prizes I have, hoping to finish it in a couple of days. Yarn Barf says, I've been checking my emails every day, Diana, so you might need to. Yeah, there she goes. She's going to figure out what's going on here. Maritza's saying hi to everybody. Good. And Yarn Barf wants to know, Diana, are you including the shawls? Hello, Jennifer Cates. How are you? Thank you so much for popping in here. I appreciate that. Well, I do want to say we just got about 5 minutes left, and I really do appreciate all of y'all coming in and sitting out here with me for just a little while today. I do want to tell you about 2 videos that should be dropping here in just a little bit. Well, definitely one. If you entered in my giveaway for January, my winner has been picked, and that video should be dropping here in about 10-15 more minutes. Because I set it to drop after, excuse me, the live this evening. And then hopefully, guys, hopefully I can get my crochet compact for January uploaded before midnight. But that all depends on if I can figure out, excuse me, how to get my intro inserted. Or I may just have to go with what I've got and let that be it. I don't know what I'm going to do. But anyway, those two should be dropping. Tomorrow, I have a little granny square that I put together for y'all and a story to go with it, and what I'm going to do with subsequent ones to follow. So I do hope you'll be looking for that video as well. And then please don't forget, this Sunday we will be at, I'm trying to remember whose house we're supposed to be at. Twisted Fiber Friends. Well, I've got my calendar right here. Let me look. I forgot to change from January to February. Oh, we are at Daniel's house tomorrow at Twisted Fiber Friends. I mean, not tomorrow, excuse me. Sunday, Twisted Fiber Friends. We will be at Daniel Paul Ply Yarn's house, and we will be working on the second part of his beautiful Parallel Paths shawl. Froggy is going to be finishing up that tutorial for us. So, exactly, Darcia. Mine is like, I've got a little dry spot over here on the side of my throat. And so every once in a while, after I've been talking for a while, it just causes me to cough. But yes, I guess I could be also drowning on my own spit. But anyway, please be sure and join us then for that. And then, as I said, right after Twisted Fiber Friends will be Michelle Mosaic and More to help those of you that want to learn mosaic and are working on the 4 Seasons mosaic blanket. Again, thank you all so much for being here. I really, truly appreciate your time. I appreciate those of y'all that watch my videos and join me for devotionals every time they pop up. It really just warmed my heart to see how welcoming you have been, not only for me and the yarning community, but for so many other small channels that are starting up and trying to get themselves going. So I would like to close by reminding all of you, and I know you hear this a lot on all of my videos, but I want you to take it to heart because it's something that I absolutely believe in. Be the light out there in the darkness for someone today, because you never know. It could be your light, your very special light that was given to you the day you were born, that needs to shine for that one person that is waiting to see it. I love you all. And again, I appreciate so much of you being here. Y'all have a great weekend. Find something that you enjoy doing it and do it. And if you can find it with somebody that you enjoy doing it with, that is even better. So until next time, guys, just know that I love you and y'all have a great, great weekend.